Retainers taking forever to level, never unlocked your retainers, having to gather stuff yourself when your little slave should be doing it for you. Embarrassingly enough, I didn't even touch my retainers till like Shadowbringers, and I had no idea what they were really for before then. In this little guide, I'll be showing you the most efficient way to level your retainers, along with some important tips that may save you some real heartache. All my retainers are rapidly closing in on level 100, and I feel like I put almost no work into them. And it should be the same way for you too. Wasting no more time, let's get started. In this guide, I will cover what the retainer system is, how to unlock retainers, how to properly choose retainer jobs, how to level your retainers, and how to make them work for you. Leveling retainers is one of the easiest things you can do, and it'll help save you time and gil in the long run. So what exactly are retainers and why are they so important? Retainers are, more or less, workers or slaves that go and gather things for you and also sell items for you on the market board. They complete these ventures, which are expedition missions that you assign them, and they return with either something random or something specific depending on what you chose. Retainers do save you tons of time and can make you tons of gil. If you aren't using them, you are missing out. You get a maximum of 2 retainers by default, and any more will cost you real money added to your monthly sub. If you put a ton of time into crafting and gathering, then this might be worth it. And if you aren't doing that, I don't recommend any more retainers. Also, besides gathering materials, there is an added benefit of additional storage which becomes almost a must if you are a master crafter. You must have completed Scions of the 7th Dawn MSQ. It's a level 17 quest, so this isn't an issue for most of you. After that, you must talk to a retainer vocate, which can be found in each major city, shown here. From there, you will choose to hire a retainer, and you can do some customization to them as well if you so desire. Let's talk a bit about choosing the job of your retainers. This is very important. Even though you have the ability to change your retainer job, their experience will be wiped and they will start at level 1 if you decide to change their jobs. Another important aspect to consider is how many retainers do you have? If you only have 2, I would personally make both retainers combat jobs, as obtaining materials from hunting is the most time consuming. If you have 3 to 4 retainers, I would make 2 combat jobs and then 1 botanist and 1 miner. And if you have 5 or more, it's really up to you. My fishing retainers have been a letdown for years, so I'm not confident in recommending them at this time. Make sure to remember this next part. Your retainers can only be as high as the job you have. For example, my level 15 mining retainer cannot exceed level 15 until I do. Once I hit level 15 on my miner, so can my retainer. For combat jobs, this is especially important that you choose jobs that you will actually level. Also, gearing jobs you don't play will be much harder because you typically obtain more gear for jobs that you do play. For gathering retainers, it's also important to note that your retainers cannot gather something that you have never gathered yourself first. So it's important to gather at least 1 of every item yourself throughout your travels. Now that you have carefully chosen your retainer jobs, let's talk about how to level them. Leveling retainers is fairly easy. They gain experience by sending them on ventures. There are 3 options. For combat retainers, it's hunting, field exploration, or quick exploration. For miners, it's mining, highland, or quick exploration. For botanists, botany, woodland, or quick exploration. And for fishers, fishing, waterside, and quick exploration. When you select hunting, mining, botany, or fishing, it'll bring up a window that lets you select the level range of items they can get. They do get a little experience for these, but these are not to be used for leveling and will be strictly for when you just want them to gather for you. And these missions typically take 40 minutes to an hour. If you select field, highland, woodland, or waterside explorations, these missions grant a massive amount of experience but take 18 hours to return. This is only good for leveling if you're not going to be playing at all that day. And now the way you should be leveling your retainers is with quick exploration. These take 1 hour and yield a good chunk of experience. For example, my retainer makes 3.4 million experience in an hour versus the 9.5 million experience in 18 hours. As long as I do 3 quick explorations in a day, I beat the long mission. If you do the math, it's roughly 6.52 times more experience doing the quick explorations. And one of the biggest benefits is, quick explorations requires only a main hand equipped and the item level doesn't matter. In contrast, gathering and long exploration missions have item level requirements, which can make leveling a pain. You will more or less just do quick explorations all the way up, ensuring you're keeping your own jobs ahead of theirs. So what else is there to know? Well, in order to send these retainers on ventures, they cost venture coins. They can be obtained in several ways, mainly Grand Company seals, but also Centurio seals, wolf marks, and even various tribal quest currencies. When you do want your retainers to gather, there are sometimes certain requirements other than item level. The gathering retainers, for example, usually have a gathering stat required just to get the item. And to get the maximum amount per trip, there are certain perception thresholds as well. If I'm not mistaken, for level 100 items, it's 5958 perception for the max 50 items per trip. But don't fret, little ones. Your ventures will more often than not bring back items you can turn into Grand Company for seals to then exchange for venture coins. Keeping venture coins up has never been an issue for me, and I doubt it'll be an issue for you. Let's do a quick recap. Keep your own jobs higher than your retainers. To level quickly, always use exploration unless you're actually going to be gone for 15 plus hours. And finally, gear them to the needed stat caps if you are farming items with them. I think that about covers it, guys. If you have any other questions about retainers, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and if you did like this content and would like to see more, consider becoming a channel or Patreon member. Or another free and easy way to help support the channel is just to simply click like or subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again, and I will see you all next time.